What's up, Jip? Looking a little different. I'm straight from the gym instead of straight out of the shower, but I had to be wearing the Psycho Pharma shirt because big announcement, big news, super cool for me. I got accepted as a Psycho Pharma brand affiliate. So let me tell you guys a little bit about what that's going to mean for me. So I have a code that you all can use and get 20% off their website. Honestly, guys, I fuck with this brand. I had already bought this before I was part of it. I really like their products and I think the logo is cool. I think what they stand for is cool, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But with my code MeatballJit, you're going to get 20% off. They're already great prices. Like I'm saying, this stringer is super cheap. I think with the discount, it's about 15 or 16 bucks, which is like unbeatable for the quality. In case you guys are thinking of buying it, I'm just going to describe a little bit about like the feel of the shirt because that's something that's big to me. This is more of like a tight fitting kind of shirt. It's not a dry fit, but it's kind of like a stretchy material. I have other stringers that are just more like cloth, cotton, that just kind of hang on you, but this is like a bit more stretchy. And I can show you the fit. Like, it has like these swoops in it. So the front is long and the back is long, but it's not long on the sides. Here's what it looks like from the back. Ooh, stop playing. Just gonna flex on you real quick. Stop playing. I have not tried their pre-workout, but I think I'm going to Friday. A little bit about the people behind Psycho Pharma and why I wanted to get into it. The one who created it, his name is Darren Householder. He's been making different products for fitness and stuff since 2002, and that's when I was born. I'm about to turn 22. It's 2024. So he's been in the game for a really long time. He's been able to sustain himself, so he's definitely got a great reputation and good products. And more recently, somebody that I've followed for even longer than the brand or Darren is Eric Bugenhagen. And he is a huge inspiration to me, not only to just lifting in general, but to creating this YouTube channel. And I really like a lot of what he stands for. I've actually reached out to a few different brands to sort of be like an affiliate or be able to say that I can work with them. But I get like no responses, like I'm nobody. I have like no following or anything. But of course you have to try and put yourself out there. Michael Jordan said, you miss every single shot you don't take. And, you're going to miss every single lift or PR if you don't even attempt it. So whatever, you just have to send it. On this website, there's somewhere that you can apply for it. So I could like specifically click that I want to be an affiliate. I can fill out my information and I can send them a message. Whereas other brands, I feel like probably they want to come and find you and offer you something. But I've reached out to their like support help lines. Like I've bought things from them. I've been like regular customer, and then I reach out and I'm like, hey, like could we do a little something, and you just get no response. But I think it's really cool of this brand to at least give me an opportunity to be an affiliate with them and say that I'm part of the brand. So that makes me feel good. Enough about this. We're going to get into the logbook soon. But like I'm saying, either follow the link, which I'll put somewhere on my YouTube, maybe in the bio or in the description of the video, and it'll automatically apply the coupon for 20% off. Or when you go to checkout, if you just want to look up Psycho Pharma and you do your own shopping, code MeatballJit, all one word, meatball normally how you spell it, JIT, and you'll get 20% off. And like I'm saying, I think that makes this stringer 16 bucks. That's a steal. I'm going to cop another one for my roommate who we've been training together because he's like, oh, I really like this one. Like I like the logo and stuff. He likes this more than some of the other brands that I have that I'm not even going to say because when I reach out to them, they don't even respond. And I spent so much money and it's so overpriced, whatever. All right, enough of that, Jit. We're going to get into the logbook. Raider 3, week 6, day 2, deadlift day. I messed up, you guys. I messed up on my top set. Not that I failed it, but I messed up on the weight that I selected. Last week I did 295 for 7, RPE 7. This week was RPE 8, and I wanted to smash that. I remember feeling like last week it was way too easy, but I only did 300 today because I kind of just made a mistake. I thought that I had done like 275 or 285. I didn't look back. What's the point of making these videos or logging my stuff if I'm not even going to look at it and accurately do it? Whatever. I still got a good session in. I still got good work in. Let's put the top set here, 300 for 7. Something I was noticing before on my back downs, even on my top sets, was that my velocity was almost too much. It was almost out of control, even though I totally had the weight handled. So here I'm definitely just trying to focus more on controlling it, straight bar path, the contraction, things like that. The straps I've been feeling better with. I've been liking it. Finishing out here, loving how straight the back is. Looks good. I'm using the straps, and in the moment it felt, heavy. I felt solid. I feel like I'm getting better with the straps. This is something I talked about in my 4-plate movement video. Let's look at the last back down set without straps. Here, like I said, I'm not using the straps. Definitely trying to maintain that flat back on the way up. I'm loving the movement pattern right here. Straight bar path, hips and erectors shooting when I want them to. Rep 6 coming up, I actually feel like my hips shot too early right there. My butt goes up way too high, so I tried to focus on this last one. Definitely handled it well. And something that I also want to note is that both my top set and my last set were both like 29 seconds, or about 30 seconds each, 7 reps in 30 seconds. So that's interesting. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think that maybe the top set should have taken longer if it was more of like a grind out kind of thing. Maybe I should have done like a 315. I'm thinking next session I need to do 315. I wish that this session I had done 315. The most I had ever done 315 for was for 5. So I definitely think I could have got 315 for 7, and that would have been RPE 8. But enough of that. Next we did pull-ups last week. 3 sets. First 11, second 11, last 10. So this week I really wanted to at least get 3 sets of 11. So I started the first and second sets. I matched 11. Third set, I wanted to go for broke. I got 12. After that 11th one, I really wanted to push it. The 12th one was a super grinder. I was barely getting up there, but it felt great to get it. Moving on to the inverted rows. Last week, we had done 12, 12, 13. And I was talking about how they were getting more difficult as I was making my deadlift more difficult and focusing a lot more on my pull-ups. This week, I matched the first set with 12. The second one, I was able to get 15. I think maybe my feet, I had moved a little bit closer, so I really wanted to note that on the third set. And I got 13, which was similar to what I had done last week. Last week was 12, 12, 13. This week was 12, 15, 13. But like I'm saying, I think that middle set I might have made a little bit easier. But the point is, at the end of the day, all 3 sets were hard. After that, I went over to the lying hamstring curl machine. Last week, I had a little bit of confusion with my training partner, who I'm buying the Psychopharma trainer for, about the sets that we were doing. So I think that I might have tracked it a little bit off, but I knew I hadn't done 3 sets of 12. I knew that I had reached failure a few times. So last time I had wrote down that it was 12, 10, 8. I think I might have even done 12, 10, 8, 6, because I remember it being really hard. But this week I really wanted to go for 3 sets of 12. First 2 sets I was able to match 12 each. Third set moved up to 10. So I went from 12, 10, 8 to 12, 12, 10. I was able to move it from last week, a cumulative of 30 reps, to this week, a cumulative of 34 reps, which is awesome work. Moving on to my single leg extension of choice, Bulgarian split squat. Some people hate this. I love this. I had been mentioning that I was doing 5-pound increases after my diet, after getting some more calories back in my body, and being able to smash 2 sets of 12 with ease, except last week I was noting that on the very last set, on my last leg, the weights felt like they were slipping out of my hands. I knew that I had to move the weight up, and if I'm dealing with this problem too, I'm probably going to need the straps. And I was talking about maybe I don't want to do it. At the end of the day, it's more important to get my quad work than my forearm work. To me, I think I'm getting a lot of forearm work, like I'm saying with the deadlifts, working up, doing my warm-up sets. Even though I'm doing my top set with the straps, I'm doing my back downs without the straps. I'm not even having to do over-under, switch grip. I think that stuff has been going well. And on top of this, on my upper body sessions, after I do my superset with the ab work, every superset that I do from there is wrist curls. So we're trying to build the forearms up. And like I'm saying, it's a stressful day on the grip strength. You got deadlift, you got the pull up, the inverted row, you don't feel as much, but that's still hard. And now here's Bulgarian split squats, moving from the 60-pound weights to the 70-pound weights. We're doing a 10-pound jump. First set I did without the straps. See, this is what I'm saying. That's still good work without the straps. So I was able to do 8 reps. It didn't feel like failure on my quads, but it did feel super hard, and I was worried about this second set. Rested a bit. Second set, strapped it up and felt absolutely locked in, and this set was a super grinder. I was noticing that the stability on my right leg, not even my strength on my right leg, but the stability. I could see my knee was wanting to go in, was different than with my left. I think my left leg is stronger. So on my second set, I started with my right leg, which I like doing. I think from here on out, I will start with my right. I used to start with my left because I thought my left was weaker, but now I'm starting to think that it's actually my right that needs that. And I got 8 on both. So 2 sets of 8 coming from the 60 pounds, 2 sets of 12. Definitely giving me something to work up towards. And I definitely think that I can get this if I focus on my stability and grind them out. And we're going to be using the straps, at least on the second set. I think on the first set, I'll push for no straps. Wrapping up, let's talk about the ab work. So lower body, leg lift. Definitely have to start with a set of unweighted. I'm loving doing that. I can even make that difficult. Like I'm saying, the guy that's associated with Psychopharma, Eric Bugenhagen, a famous quote from him. He said, "I can get a glute pump with a toothpick." Now, what does that mean? Let's break it down. Whatever weight you select, it really doesn't matter. It's all about the effort that you give it, okay? Like I'm saying with the unweighted ab exercise, if I change the pace, if I hold at the top, if I do 30 reps instead of 20, I can make it hard for myself. So I'm not worried about, like a warm-up and if it's not going to be beneficial to my overall progress, whatever. I'm doing the first one unweighted. The next 2 I did with the 3-pound weight, and I was able to get 20. And I was slowing down on that second set with the 3-pound weight. Third set overall, I noted that at about rep 15, my pace was slowing down. And that's just another part of the glute pump with the toothpick is the pace. You can adjust the pace if you're going to do like a sort of myo rep approach where like I'm saying, if 15 of them, super solid, same whole thing throughout. And then after that 15, I need a second. And I get my 16, I need a second. And I get my 17. It's just changing up the intensity. Whatever. I've been wanting to move up the weight on this movement so bad. So I decided I was going to do 2 sets with the 5-pound weight. So moving on, the next 2 sets with the 5-pound weight, I got 15 at a pretty good pace on my 4th set overall. And on the 5th set, I wanted to beat 15 just because I was feeling in that mode. I really want to contract hard with my abs and master this 5-pound weight. Freaking 5 pounds. The 2.5 is already giving me trouble. Now this 5-pound weight wants to give me trouble. Don't get me started. So I got 16 and that felt great. I think I'm going to continue doing this. What I think I'm going to do next lower body session, is unweighted. 3 pounds twice for 20. Then I'm going to move on to the 5-pound weight. Maybe I'll match it with the 15, and then on that last set, instead of 16, I'm going to go for 20. Once I bring that one up to 20, maybe I'll get 17, 18, who knows. Once I bring it up to 20, then I'm going to do unweighted, 2 sets with the 3 pounds. Then I'll go for 20 on that 4th, or try to move up that 4th set, and then the 5th set. I don't know. Whatever it is, eventually, we're trying to get to the point where I can do 3 or 4 sets with the 5-pound weight up to 20. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. Super happy and proud of myself to be a Psychopharma brand affiliate. I have no idea what that's going to really mean for me in the future, but it just feels cool to be able to say I'm associated with a brand that represents itself well and has other creators part of it that I support. So, it feels like I'm getting to be part of the community. Anyways, thank you for listening. Have a good one.